Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Like always, thank you so much for tuning in again. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I asked a ton of you on Instagram if you wanted to see a foundation wear test, and so many of you said yes. So today that's exactly what we're gonna be doing, and we're gonna be talking about the new Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. This is what the packaging looks like. It has this like top here and it's kind of plasticky. Mine was honestly the only one that wasn't cracked. I was so happy that my shade was pretty intact so I could show you guys and it looked good, because all the other ones had a crack, so I know this is prone to breaking, so I wouldn't travel with it at all because I do not want foundation everywhere. And this is what it looks like. I have the shade Buff Beige 725. I picked mine up at CVS and the display only had about 5 shades. Like from like a porcelain to like a, I want to say like a medium deep, not even a full deep. So I was like, okay, it was really hard and a lot of the shades were so pink or orange and I didn't know what to do, but I'm so happy I found this one. It's this. So right, it has 1 fluid ounce, so it's like the standard foundation amount. It is Covergirl, so it is drugstore. On the website, it retails for about $8, $8.74 exactly. I have it here pulled up and it says prices may vary. I actually paid about $13.25, which is really pricey like for a drugstore, and I've honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've never had a great relationship with Covergirl. Some of their foundations have broken me out and others have really oxidized on me to the point where I looked orange, so I'm kind of scared. But I mean, if it happens a little bit with this one, I wouldn't be mad just because it does seem a little bit lighter. I mean, I fixed it with some bronzer, but it looks pretty good. I'm not even mad at the color, and the claims say that it is a full coverage foundation. It has vitamin E, B3, B5, and it has SPF of 20. So if you are taking flash photography, do not wear this because it does have a flashback. Anything with SPF will flashback on you, so you'll look like you have a white cast, so definitely stay away from that. I don't want you guys to look like ghosts because it happens to the best of us, right? So without further ado, let's get into the demo where I'm going to be applying it. I apply it with a brush and my sponge. I'm gonna tell you right now, do it with a sponge. Like, let's not even go into the brush situation because it did not look good. But let's jump into that demo. Okay, so let's get into this. I went ahead and I primed my face, and I just used my Wet n Wild primer, and I love this. I honestly use this all the time just because it brings nice hydration into my skin and it leaves a nice tacky base so the foundation goes on perfectly. I use this almost every single day if I'm not using my Benefit Professional, so I know this one's gonna hold up because it plays really well with all my other foundations. And now for the start of the show, we're gonna have the beautiful Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir, and I'm just gonna go ahead and shake it up, and I have 725, and let's see how it applies. I'm just gonna pump out a little bit. This is what it looks like once it's pumped out. It's kind of a thick consistency, so I'm not gonna go in too much just because I don't like a super full coverage foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dot that on. Okay, so now that that's applied, I'm gonna take my Equal Tools sponge, and I've been choosing this over the Beauty Blender almost every day. I love this, so I know it's gonna do a good job at dispersing the foundation, so let's see how it plays. I mean, I don't have a lot of blemishes, so it's like covering nice. Let me zoom you in so you guys can see a little bit better. Yeah, it's definitely giving me really nice coverage. I really like the finish on this, and this color is pretty good. I don't think it'll match me during the summer because it seems a little bit light, but I know that a lot of Covergirl foundations oxidize, so we'll see at the end of the day how this looks. Okay, so that is one layer of the foundation. You can't really see my skin, so I'm gonna give this a nice medium to full coverage. I actually do enjoy it. It doesn't look heavy or cakey, and it is covering my veins and any little redness that I might have. Okay, that's nice. So let's go in with a brush. So I'm gonna take a Morphe Y6 brush, and this is just part of their gold collection. I don't really use brushes, but I know a lot of you do. So I'm gonna see how this goes with a brush. I do have a little pimple there, so we're gonna see how it covers it. And I have just applied the same amount on this side. I'm gonna scoot you guys in a little bit closer and we'll see how it goes with the brush. Now I'm just gonna tap that in. I don't know. It's looking a little bit streaky. I don't know if you can see that, but the brush isn't dispersing it like the Beauty Blender did, like the Eco Tools one did. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go back into the sponge just because I'm not loving how that looks. It does look a little bit streaky and I'm not okay with that. I'm just going it over it with the sponge. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more here. Like I said, I do have a pimple there, so I'm just gonna build that up here. Okay, yeah. I actually really like how this looks on the skin. Like, looking at it up close, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look too heavy. It actually is sitting very, very pretty on the skin. Do you see that? The color selection's good. Looking good to me. Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and I will be right back. Now it is 3:13 and this is when I finished applying everything. I put everything on and I will do a check-in about later on tonight because I have 205 things to do today, so I'm gonna be running errands like crazy and it is really hot in LA, so I'm really gonna put this foundation to the test. I already went ahead and I set it down. I just did the foundation on camera, but I set it down. I put my bronzer, my blush, my highlight. I only powdered it like I do any foundation. I don't set my entire face. I only do the under eyes and the T-zone because I like having like that glow, and this foundation is very, very pretty. Let me scoot you guys in, and as you can see, I don't have any like expression lines showing. It's not collecting in my nose, so it's looking pretty good. We will see in a couple of hours how this holds up. Hello beauties, and it is time for our final check-in. It is almost gonna be 10 o'clock. It's 9:55 and I've done so many things today. I've gone through so many errands and I actually just got home and I thought I would just sit down and film before I took my makeup off. And honestly, I am so impressed with this foundation. It's not even funny. Like, it looks like second skin. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey. It's not sinking in my normal smile lines or in between the nose. Let me pull you in so you guys can see that it's not like emphasizing any of those lines or textures I have on my face. Everything applied really nicely on top. My highlight, my bronzer, my blush is still on, everything's still on. I am a little bit oily in the normal T-zones, but it has almost been about 6 or 7 hours now. I did start this at 3, so it's gone through pretty much a lot today. Like, it's been almost 90 degrees in LA and it's been so hot, and I have been out and about running around, running errands, but everything looks good. It's not to the point where I feel like I need to go in with some mattifying powder. I don't feel like a super shiny. It kind of just looks like a dewy kind of a finish. It doesn't emphasize any textures. Like I said, I'm actually loving it. It did oxidize a tad bit. I do notice that because when I initially put it on, I thought it was going to be too light. I want to say it oxidized maybe half a shade just because it ends up matching me pretty well. So I feel like this is a good foundation for this summertime just because it will oxidize, but maybe for the winter when I'm a little bit paler, it might look a little bit off. But so far, I'm loving it. This is definitely going to be something that I reach for because it is really good. It is pretty hefty, so if you want to get it, maybe order it off Covergirl's website where it is $8 because I did pay $13 for this. So it kind of just, it depends. I have combo skin, so on this area right here I kind of have more dry skin, and then on the T-zone I am a little bit more oily. I didn't set this this foundation with powder, but I never really do that, and the only places that I set was right here and then under the eyes a little bit just so my concealer wouldn't crease, and it's held up really, really nicely. Like I said, it doesn't look cakey, and I wouldn't think I don't know, I don't think it's a full coverage foundation like they said it is, but I'm gonna give it a medium to full. Like, you can definitely build this up and it won't look bad. Like, I added some right here and I added a little bit more here, like when you saw when I was doing the demo, and it didn't look cakey. I will say use it with a sponge, just because I did not like how it looked with the brush. It was streaky and uneven, but as soon as I went in and I patted it with my Eco Tools sponge, it looked flawless. So definitely check this out. I think this foundation is gonna give you kind of like a natural finish. It's not gonna be matte and it's not gonna be dewy, because I didn't feel the need to set it, and it didn't feel tacky once I put it on my face, and I gave it a couple of minutes to dry down and it stayed put. If you have oily skin, definitely set your face. If you have more dry skin, I think you're gonna love this foundation, but that's basically it. It held up for a really nice time. I put it through a lot today and I actually love how my face looks. Like I said, I don't think that anything's being emphasized. It's not breaking up between my forehead, it's not settling in my nose, and it's not giving me a very pesty smile line. Like, I love that, because every foundation will bunch up here and right here, and this one's not. I absolutely love it. I think it looks so flawless. Definitely pick it up. I give this foundation 2 thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys tried this foundation? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this little review helpful. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, make sure to leave them down in the comment section and I'll get back to you guys. Bye!